is by my resource, a leader among those who call themselves Jews. He's from Europe, saying all for the Jews, all Holy Land is for the Jews. The God of Bible says this. And imagine this. This is my resource. He is saying to the so-called Christian the following. And he's saying moron to the so-called Christian. And he's back. This moron. Anyway, what he's saying, this so-called Israeli Gohem Jew who's bringing the wrath of God of him, occupying the Holy Land, he's saying all of it for the Jews. The God of Bible wanted this way. The God of Injil is the God of the father of your God in Injil is our God. Yeah, the wild beast. He's saying this. Now, how can you explain to both groups? After all what happened since medieval time, 2000 years, Muhammad, peace be upon him, the final messenger. Not this. Do you know what he's saying? Look at the contradiction. Him and others. Israel is like any Western. Okay, I am some admit European Jew. Israel like Western state. Muslim live like minority in Israel, like any other Western country. Do you understand? Who do he mean by the Muslim minority? He mean the Arabs. What do he mean by the Arabs? Those who are called Palestinians. What do he mean by the Palestinians? Palestinians, he means those who are natives in Middle East, and many among them is real Israeli by the bloodline. How can we deal with those? The so-called Zionist movement. It's not Zion. I have nothing to do with the mountain Zion. The so-called Zionist movement, they are saying this. The God wanted to the Jews. No, God do not want it to be to the Jews. And you have nothing to do with Judea. And definitely you are not descended from the Israeli race. And you're bringing the wrath of God to yourself and everyone in this world who are giving you support to your occupational, disgusting regime. We are Israeli. No, you're not. You're not. You're a Gohem. You precisely from Europe. All Ashkenazis belong to Europe. All of them. This is not an insult. You don't belong to the Holy Land. And I definitely have nothing to do with the Jewish faith. You can do any sort of cult. You can call your God Yahweh. Either you want to mention his name or not. You have nothing to do with the Father of existence, Yahweh, who said, stop calling me this. It's an era finish, I have explained. Allah, Israel Allah, Ismail Allah, Sa'ad Allah, Abdullah, Gabriel Allah, Karamullah, Mashi'atullah, Israel Allah, Ismail Allah, who sent Muhammad as a final messenger. You can do whatever sort of style. Islam is tolerance. Call yourself a Jew. Just don't work the second crusade. This occupation, which is making a lot of insanity in Middle East. We're dealing with so many children beheaded. You behind it, directly or indirectly. Bombed in Palestine directly. In Iraq, a lot of women raped in Syria. You're behind it. You are not muslihun. You are mufsidun. It's expired. You do not belong to the 21st century. That's why there is a lot of LGBT, prostitution, gambling, casinos, gay bride, okay, I mentioned it. What is the word? Institute within you, a riba, banking, institute with you, within the so-called Israeli state, machines connected to the Western other part of the world, helping and more persecuting the people of God. I wonder, how can a so-called Christian have a feeling of believing in saying, it's God what he wants to destroy the This is a joke, online. Or a joke. This is what God. Do you see it? Do you see it or no?